Hello? I'm a son-in-law who has managed to soothe my mother-in-law's long-held grievances. Lately, she's been contacting me quite frequently, and though it might be odd to say this about an elder, it's just too adorable. I've been married for 5 years now, raising a daughter who's as cute as a bunny. My wife and I both work, living a sweet and harmonious life. My wife is the elder daughter, and since my mother-in-law had her in her early 20s, she's now in her early 50s. My father-in-law is in his early 60s and works as a building security guard. My wife has a younger sibling who lives close to their workplace. My father-in-law ends up sleeping at the company every other day, so we check his work schedule before planning family gatherings like Parents' Day, birthdays, or other events. It might surprise some to hear about the kind of relationship a mother-in-law and son-in-law can have, but I've completely fallen for my mother-in-law's charm. My wife is an incredible career woman, making the most of her major and earning recognition at work. She occasionally works late, and my mother-in-law, who lives nearby, takes care of our daughter every day. Without her, I can't imagine how we would have managed. As a dual-income family, we tend to sleep in on weekends. With a young child, we often need to go out, but my wife has a sun allergy, so we usually go out after sunset. We also prefer shopping online or through TV shopping to save time, even though there's a large supermarket close by. We aim for free early morning delivery by purchasing a certain amount, and we often buy frozen food in bulk. However, our home has just one refrigerator, and the freezer is already full, so my wife calls her mom. Chicken nuggets, pork cutlets, and dumplings are on sale, so I bought a lot. Should I bring some over? To which she replies, "Sure, I love those. Bring them over, and I'll enjoy them." Honestly, I'm a bit frustrated that my wife orders so much food, and we don't eat it all, filling up the freezer. I'm the meticulous type, so I organize the fridge. Our company rarely requires overtime, and I work close to home, so I usually get home earlier. My wife drops our child at daycare before heading to work, and my mother-in-law picks her up to take care of her at our house. On days my wife works late, I come home early, shower, and then take the groceries over to my mother-in-law. Some days, she even prepares dinner for us. Then, after dinner, we'll load the baby into the car and drive over to my mother-in-law's place, which is just a 5-minute drive away. She insists on walking for some exercise, but after spending the afternoon taking care of her granddaughter, she must be tired. How could we let her walk? We see my mother-in-law almost every day, so we've gotten quite close and can talk about anything comfortably. Sometimes she heads straight home, and other time, she'll come up because she forgot to bring some produce from the country. Then, my daughter and I will go to my mother-in-law's house for a bit. Occasionally, she'll ask me to change a light bulb or fix something that's broken, and I'm always happy to help. My father-in-law is 10 years older than my mother-in-law and retired in his mid-50s to take up a security job. His sleep schedule is irregular, so he prefers not to ask for help with anything, and I try to accommodate him as much as possible. One day, while fixing a loose screw on the pantry door, he said, "Our son-in-law is so kind. You must want to rest too, but you fix things without complaining. I'll have to brag about you at the meeting next week," and even gave me some money. I tried to refuse, saying it was just a small task, but he insisted. When an elder offers you money, You should always accept it, so I gratefully did. One day, the computer suddenly shut down while she was playing card games. So I went over with my daughter after work. I studied engineering, so I'm pretty good with computers. I reinstalled Windows and set everything up for her, including her favorite Tetris game. Playing games on the computer in the morning is her only joy, she tells me, while her friends play games on their smartphones. She prefers to play on her computer while enjoying a cup of coffee. She was thrilled when I said I'd teach her how to play mahjong next time. She gave me a bottle of vitamins from the dining table, saying they were good for fatigue recovery, and urged me to take care of myself. I mentioned that my father-in-law should have them first, but she said, "Your father-in-law has already gone through more than 10 bottles, so don't worry and just take them." Our daughter just started walking, so she's really enjoying it. My wife had a workshop and stayed overnight for work, and I planned to meet a friend over the weekend while taking care of our child. Even though she's a close family member who looks after our child every day, I think she should rest on weekends. My mother-in-law once said, "I'll grant you one wish. If you ever find it hard to watch the kids, just let me know. I'll make sure you get some time off," she had said. My wife was off to a workshop on Friday, and my father-in-law had to work late, saying he'd be back Saturday morning. I planned to take the kid over to my mother-in-law's, stay the night, and then meet up with a friend in the morning. I wanted to show off my child, but what kind of conversation can you have with a baby in diapers? I asked my mother-in-law, "Would you mind watching the kid for a bit on Saturday morning? A friend is stopping by, and I was planning to stay here tonight anyway." "Of course," she replied. "Go and enjoy yourself." I smiled and said, "Let me know if you need anything," to which she asked, "Would you really do it?" She quickly went to put my daughter to bed and then came back with some beers. We watched a popular show featuring mother-in-laws and son-in-laws. "We get along just like them, don't we?" I joked. She said she wanted to grow even closer. When I asked how, she mentioned, "It's been tough with your father-in-law. Apparently, she's felt lonely ever since the honeymoon phase. Except now, spending time with a healthy and cheerful son-in-law made her wish to return to those days. That's why she gave me vitamins as a gift. I gave her a hug and did as she wished. My wife has been so career-focused that we've been living like roommates for a while. So she was thrilled when I said, "We're a perfect team." Lately, I've noticed my mother-in-law looking at me very fondly. She told me that having a good relationship with her son-in-law made her see the world differently, something she hadn't experienced with her husband. I had a great time meeting my friend, and my mother-in-law has been calling often, worry I might get worn out, and always makes sure to prepare nutritious meals for me. It's funny how she takes on responsibilities. My wife doesn't, claiming it's a mother's duty. Age doesn't really matter to me. She seems youthful and lively. She mentioned it's the first time she's been envious of her daughter, but I'm careful to keep boundaries, so there's no need to worry. Looks like I'll be spending more time with my charming mother-in-law, but please don't judge me. Thank you for reading my story.